So in this section of the video, we're going to look at the residual sum of squares, also known as the sum of squared residuals and the sum of squared errors of prediction. And so what we're actually interested in doing is looking at the difference between our observed values and what we've actually predicted. So those green error bars that we show there on the screen. So really what the RSS is a measure of the discrepancy between the data and our estimation model. So a small RSS indicates a very tight fit of the model to our data, which is something that we are very interested in knowing. So we have our residual sum of squares. Let's take that kind of one step further and we'll look at the mean square error. So again, a very similar function, the difference between our observed values and our predicted values, except in this case we're going to divide by the number of observations. So the MSE is quite important. It is something where we would use to compare two models. We would use it to determine the extent to which the model fits the data, and we might also use it to consider whether we would use whether we would eliminate some of our explanatory variables without harming the model's predictive ability. So really what the mean square error represents, it's a risk function. It's corresponding to the expected value of the squared error loss or quadratic loss within our model. And so this difference occurs because of the randomness or because the estimator doesn't account for information that could produce a more accurate estimate. Lastly, we can talk quickly about the root mean squared deviation. What is the root mean squared deviation? Well, it's just like our mean square error, except we're going to take the square root of the result. What does that help us with? Well, it represents the sample standard deviation of the differences between predicted values and the observed values. It's a measure of accuracy to help compare forecasting errors of different models, and it's not scale dependent, so that's a very important consideration as well.